What up guys, Nick here with my second episode of my FIFA 19 career mode with AC Milan. In this first part of this episode I will be doing some transfers here, trying to fill up positions which need to be sort of filled in. And the first player that I'm looking at is Matthijs de Ligt here from Ajax, a centre back from the Netherlands. And let's go into the transfer and see if we can make a good offer for both clubs involved. And they'll be offering his current value at the moment and see what Ajax have to say. And they counter back with a $38,500,000 transfer, summing to 10% selling clause. They'll remove the selling clause and bring it back to about $32 million for my counter offer there. But they want $42 million here for him. But I'll go back to $32 million, see what they say, but they're going to need some time to consider it. So my next transfer target that I'm looking at is Charles Alenia from Barcelona, a really good young centre mid. Definitely would be one for the future and to grow him to pretty good potential. And I'll offer out about $5 million here for him and see what they say, and they accept that straight away. And like Ajax with de Ligt, so I'll go negotiate the contract straight away for him, and hopefully we do have a good contract put to him. And he wants to have a prospect squad role, which I'm happy with at the moment. He'll definitely be a important one for the future. And his contract, he wants 4 years on his contract. I'll counter for 5, and as I just said, he's one for the future. They don't want a release clause, which I'm pretty happy with. Now we'll offer him his wages. He's on $51,000 a week. I'll offer 60, even though it's a bit much for a 20-year-old, but they do accept. So Charles Alenia is the first signing that we have got this year for this season. Now my next one here is Nicolo Barella from Cagliari, a really good young centre mid. He's also Italian. Try and keep an Italian core going. Try to at least. So let's offer a transfer fee. I'm thinking of about $20 million at the moment. Let's see what they say. They also accept that as well, the $20 million transfer fee. And again, we'll head straight into the contract negotiation. Now I reckon I'll use him sporadically in the team, but he wants to have a rotation squad role, which I'll accept. He is a bit higher overall than Alenia, and obviously I'll put him in training to get his over up quicker. He wants a 5-year contract length, which I'll accept. Don't want a release clause, and he's coming out with $57,000 a week with about $500,000 signing bonus and $340,000 for 5 goals. I'll remove the bonus but keep the rest of it. Let's see what he has to say, and they do accept it. So Barella is our second signing in this transfer window here. Now, I'm also looking to bring in another winger and also a couple strikers as well. My first winger here is David Neres. Again, plays for Ajax. He's got 5-star skills, can play right and left wing, and he's also Brazilian. He's someone that I would really like to use because I tend to use skills a fair bit in games. So let's offer a transfer here. I'll offer around $25 million for him first up, and let's see what they have to say. They want 38. I'll probably counter at about 31. Let's see what they say to that. They still want 38 million, but I do really want to get him into the squad, so I'll accept that. I'm not trying to be stingy with the money, even though we got a fair bit in the transfer budget anyway. Now let's head on into the contract negotiation now for Neres. And he wants an important first team role. I'll offer a rotation to see what they say, but they still want an important first team role. If that's what happens to get him here, I'll accept that. Now for the contract length, he wants 4, but again, he's sort of one for the future, and I want 5 years on the length. They do accept that. Don't want a release clause and head into the wage, and they'll offer him $35,000 a week. Let's see what they say to that. And that's insulting. What? That's insulting me. That's way more than what you're on right now. That really didn't go to plan as I wanted it to. But we'll just move on. My next player that I'm interested in is Timothy Weah, the 18-year-old striker from America who's playing with PSG. Obviously, his father was a really good player, but we'll have to pay his release clause, which I will, and I'll head into the contract negotiation with him straight away here. It was only about $6 million for his release clause. Now for his squad role, he'll be, say, prospect, and they accept that. 5-year contract, I'll accept that as well. He's also definitely one for the future. No release clause. For his wage, I'll offer him $30,000 a week, and they accept that. And like David Neres, and the other player that I'm also looking to get is Kasper Dolberg. Yes, I know, another player from Ajax who have seemed pretty difficult to deal with so far. His current value is 14 million, and I reckon I'll offer him about 18 million, 4 million above his value. But they want 23.3. I'll counter offer with 20.5 million, I reckon. Let's see what they say to that. And they want 21.2 million, which isn't too far off, but I'll accept anyway. Now let's see if I'm able to negotiate a contract with Dolberg and see if it works this time. I want his role to be a rotation player, and they accept that. 5-year contract length, which I will accept as well. Don't want a release clause, and I'll offer him again 30k a week, almost double of what he's on now, but they're insulted again. I mean, that's almost double on what they're on, him and Neres. Though these two transfers did definitely go to plan, but as I said in the first episode, that they're like my first initial transfers that I wanted to get. The one player I really do want to get is Vinicius Jr. He's got a pretty big release clause of 54 million, and as I said, I do really want to get him, even though he just has moved to Real Madrid. I will pay the release clause, and I'll offer him a contract. He'll definitely be one of the better players in the team in the next couple years with training him, and he wants a rotation squad role, which I accept. Now for the length of the contract, I want 5 years, and they accept that as well. Don't want a release clause since he's on a pretty hefty wage already. I reckon I'll offer $110,000 a week. Let's see what he says, and they accept that. So I reckon we'll advance to whenever Ajax come back with a decision from Matthias de Ligt, and I'll see you then. And Ajax have come back with a counter offer of $42 million, which I really do want to get him, so I will accept that. Now just negotiate his contract. Let's hope this goes well, and like the other two Ajax players I tried to get in, Dolberg and Neres. Now for the squad roll, I'll have him as an important player. They accept that. For the length, I'll say 5 years again. They'll also accept that. They don't want a release clause, which I'm happy about. And they want $30,500 a week, $300 signing bonus, and $176,000 for 15 clean sheets this season. I'll count and remove the bonus and see what they say about that. But they accept that, which is $30,500 a week, which is only $500 more than Neres and Dolberg. Well, for Neres 35, so when they do become available for a transfer again, I will definitely try and get these players in, and if anything happens now between then, and I'll try and advance to when the scouts come in with what they've found so far, and for the youth prospect player that we've searched for. I will see you then. We're back here now on the transfer screen, and Neres and Dolberg are back for transfer negotiation, so I will do a new offer here for Dolberg. I'll do about $22 million for him, Dolberg. And they accept that. Now let's see if we can negotiate a deal for him this time, like the failed offer beforehand. Now they want a rotation squad role, which I'll accept. 5 years for his length, and I'll accept that as well. Don't want a release clause. I reckon I'll offer him $50,000 a week now. They counter off with 46 a week with 440,000 signing bonus and appearance bonus as well. I'll remove that and see what they say, but they do accept it this time. Now let's see if we can get Neres this time, even though we just did get Vinicius Jr. It'd be good to have two really good high potential young Brazilian wingers with both 5-star skills in the team. But our transfer budget's a bit depleted, so I'll offer $23 million this time for them. But obviously it's going to be a bit too much, so I'll have to end the negotiation. But we did get Vinicius Jr. instead, so I reckon he's a better option than Neres is, so I'll try and get Neres in another season. Now we'll come back and do some training here. I did a training where Swimming Forward and Donnarumma and Calabria both went up an overall point, and now we'll train here, and the Coutinho's the only one that seemed to have improved a little bit. Now we'll sim forward to the first here, which is when the scouts come in with what they have found. And here's a youth player that we've searched for. He's a 15-year-old centre mid, Stefano Gasparoni. 6'1", left-footed, 57 overall, and between 84 and 94 potential. And he seems to be looks like a pretty decent player. Current value at $300,000 already. Definitely, hopefully, he's going to be one for the future. While we have a look at what our scouts have found, I usually tend to look for players like this guy, Guzman, with the high potential and pretty high overall as well. He's got about $300,000 in value as well, so I'll sign him. No one else from that scout report that looks good. Rafael Henriquez got a good potential, but I'll sign him anyway. See how he goes on. And there's no one else there from Brazil. Now for the Italian ones, Mariano, 425,000 in value, 16 years old, 6'2", and he's a goalkeeper. Hopefully he turns out pretty good himself there, which it looked like it does. And there's no one else there. That was interesting. And we'll have a look at the calendar, and as you can see here, we'll be versing Juventus in the Super Coppa, and I reckon I'll play this game this episode, so I'll just sim forward there, and if anything happens, I will let you know. We're here now, coming into the game against Juventus in the Super Coppa, and then I'll just select the kits here, and I reckon I'll use our home kits and use Juve's home kits as well. And the team that we'll be putting out is this one, which I have shown you. That is going to be my main squad, except now De Ligt is starting over Caladra, and I've got Barella on the bench as well. And this is reserves and the rest of the team as well. Hopefully the other new signings like Alenia, Junior Dolberg and Weyer will be in the starting 11 soon, I hope.
There is nothing like a final of the cup competition. We've got a great one here, I'm sure. All the signs are good, all the omens are good, the teams are certainly very good, and the players involved as well. We're moments away. Join us for the kickoff, and it's live.
Hopefully we do get off with a winning start here against Juventus in the Super Coppa. It will be a pretty hard one, considering how strong Juve is. They have won the league for I don't know how many years in a row, but hopefully we can put a stop to that. We hopefully try and go for it this season for ourselves, if not in the next season or two anyway, as De Ligt is making his debut here for the team. So let's get this game started. Ronaldo's going to kick it off here, and we're playing. Juve with the ball now. Ronaldo over to Dybala, gets stopped by De Ligt, gets it to Biglia, quick pass over to Rodriguez, through ball down to Castillejo on the break, cross it into the box to Higuain, and it hits over the bar. Quick start for us, but unlucky not to hit the target. Cuadrado to Pjanic, who passes it to us as we get the ball back. Calabria over to Suso, might be a bit heavy but it isn't. Cross it in back post, and Szczesny tips it over the bar for a corner here now. 11th minute of the game, getting it into the box. Doesn't work out the header. Body feint by Castillejo, and the ball gets deflected out again for another corner. Bonaventura, ball into the box, but it's headed away by Juve. Gets up to Douglas Costa now, all by himself. Ricardo Rodriguez missing the ball entirely, with Costa still with the ball, trying to get into the middle to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo does score. Pretty bad defense by Rodriguez, trying to get over to Douglas. but it's a cross almost cleared, but Ronaldo gets a rebound with a volley. Donnarumma couldn't do much about it. Higuain now with the ball. Ball down to Suso. Might be a bit too heavy, but it isn't. There's a skill move there. Calabria, Biglia, Bonaventura. Ball into Castillejo. Fake shots. Kesse. Oh, almost by Frank Kesse there. Just wide for the equaliser. Let's have a look at that again. Just wide there. Cancelo with a free kick here from offside. Up to Ronaldo. Gets it to Matuidi. Back to Ronaldo. Does a through ball to Costa. Costa with the ball now with the ball roll. Trying to get a tackle in. But Ronaldo misses the shot. Almost there to Bonaventura. Into Higuain. Down to Castillejo. Whips ball in. Kesse. Oh, off the post by Kesse. Oh, that would have been good to go in at 1-0 at half time. But still 1-0 to Juve as it is half time. Hopefully we have a better second half. Here's some match stats here. As you can see, we've had 61% of the possession, 4 shots and 1 on target. They've had 3 and 2 on target, and one of them was a goal from Ronaldo from a deflection. Let's get into the second half. Didn't make any substitutions. Still have faith in the team that I put out here. But let's hope we get pull out a result here. Bonaventura to Rodriguez to Castillejo with 2 players on him, and then he loses out, turns it over as Juventus punt it up forward to Costa, who loses it out to Calabria. Kesse, but he misses the pass there. Ronaldo to Matuidi, over to Costa again, to Alexandro, back to Chiellini, into Khedira, to Dybala, up forward to Ronaldo, who gets tackled by Kesse, and we have the ball now. Just, not where I wanted the pass to go. And now Dybala loses it, but they still retain possession, Juve, and they have a shot and miss just wide. I reckon I'll whip it in sort of back post area, but it gets knocked back out to Kesse. But Kesse loses out, but we get it back. Rodriguez to Delit, over to Çalhanoğlu, almost to Bonaventura. But Juve have the ball back as Bernardeschi has got the ball run forward now. Does a ball roll, tries and goes in for the tackle, but Donnarumma with a great save there. We only need to get more attacking here, try and get that late winner with the Ronaldo as a scissor and the miss. Go on the fast break here. No one else wants to run. Bonaventura now to Calabria to Kesse. Oh, Kesse, what are you doing? No one wants to come short, but I need him to. Romagnoli, who loses it out again. Forward to Ronaldo. He tries and crosses in, but it didn't work. Get it forward to Cutrone. Cutrone with the ball over to Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu doesn't have much pace, but he's got the skills to get past him around though. Again, no one wants to make a run. Forward to Rodriguez. Whip it in. Oh, Cutrone almost. Bakayoko. But Bonaventura loses out with penalty. Ref, come on. Not much longer in the game left. Oh, I tried to go for the long range. Didn't work. Last attack here. Oh, almost by Suso. I reckon this will be it when he clears it. And it is. Very unfortunate to lose a game in that fashion. Oh, should have the chance to win 2-1. Kesse with 2 great chances, but failed to capitalise. But let's go have a look at the match stats over here. We had 10 shots, 3 on target. They had 11 shots and 4 on target. We had 60% of this possession. We had 9 tackles definitely, 5, 2 offsides, 4 corners, 30% shot accuracy and 86% pass accuracy. Just not good enough for what I want this team to be going into the season. But that's the way it happens sometimes. But I reckon I'll leave it off here with our first game of the season going to be against Genoa, and I'll also be playing against Napoli as well. In the third game, if we've got time, we'll be against Roma. And one thing I forgot to show you guys last time is the Europa League standings, so I'll try and get them up. But if not, I'll just show you in the calendar, which I can't seem to get, so I will show you there. So as you probably might have saw, we've got Olympiacos, Real Betis, and Admira as well. So if you guys did like that, please subscribe to the channel. That's very, very important. So and if you press the bell icon, that will keep you notified for when videos do come out. So make sure you hit both of those buttons, and make sure you share this with your friends. And I'll see you in the next FIFA 19 career mode episode with AC Milan. So until then, have a good